What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do another PSA reveal. It's not a blind reveal, but it is a reveal that we talked about in a previous video. This is part 2 of the super long bulk submission. It was like almost 18 months. If you want to check that out, that's going to be soccer cards, basketball cards, and football cards. Link in the description down below. But here is the Pokemon segment. I had to take these out of that submission, just to make the video shorter and kind of separate gaming from sports. But what's going to be in here is going to be a lot of vintage cards from when I was a kid, and surprisingly a lot of them were in good condition, so I did submit them. This was like the second half of the collection that I hadn't submitted previously, but yeah, this was a bulk submission that I did through a friend slash third party, as I mentioned in a previous video. But yeah, it did take 18 months from when I shipped them off to when I got them back. Technically 16 months because I did get the grades back 2 months ago and I did see them, but I don't remember everything in here. But hopefully the gem rate is above 50%. That's honestly my goal, because it should be higher. Technically my like goal is like 75% or higher, but it's really rare for a lot of people to get that percentage for gem rate. So let's get right into it, guys. If you enjoy this kind of content and want to see more, consider dropping a like down below and subscribing if you haven't already. It really helps out the channel and really helps us grow. So let's see what we have here. And besides some vintage ones, we do have some fairly recent ones that, I pulled probably during the pandemic at some point, or, with my girlfriend, just going into Meyer and then finding some random packs. So here's a Pichu. This one is from 2000, the year 2000, guys. So that's at this point 23 years ago / 22, depending on what time of the year it came out. But this is actually a very nostalgic card for me, especially the holo pattern. It looks really, really clean. And I think this one might have been from like a deck box, or like not from a booster pack. So that's probably one of the reasons why it was fairly clean. I do see a white corner over here, another one here, another one here, another one here. Okay, maybe this one got a 9 or 8. So we'll find out. Got a 7. Okay, so not too bad, because I did have a previous Pokemon submission and it was like 5s and 6s all over the place. But that's to be expected from cards all the way back from your childhood. And let's see what this one is. Rockets Moltres. A lot of memories just going through my brain right now. But another one from the year 2000, and this one got a 9. All right, not too shabby. It's not a first edition, but still, you don't see these cards anymore, and it is a holo, so we will take it. So if you're not familiar, this is the Japanese back, the original Japanese back of the cards. So I did have a lot of random ones. I don't know how I got them when I was a kid, but I did end up getting some Japanese cards, and this one's from 1999, Koga's Ditto, and it got a 9. All right, we'll take it. I don't know how many 10s we're going to get from this one. Maybe the gem rate is going to be lower than I think. But here is Giovanni's Gyarados in 1999 once again. This one looks pretty sick. This one looks super blue, though. Bluer than I remember it. Got a 10. All right, there's our first gem at 10, and I'm glad it is a Gyarados, because I think this one is one of the more like higher valued ones. And Meganium, 2000 Pokemon. This one is from the, I want to say Neo Genesis, but in Japanese it wasn't called Neo Genesis. It was called just like Neo. So gem mint 10. All right, one of the third evolutions of these starters. Always love to see it. And Shining Lugia, this is one of the more recent ones. I definitely pulled this one. Well, I didn't pull it. I think it was part of like a promo set. It's just like on the display box. So I thought it was pretty cool. And, Lugia memories from when we were kids. And 2017, it got a 9. I think most of the ones I got from that set, or like that promo set, are going to be 9s. So there we go. Also a 9. And I think there's like a Ho-Oh and Celebi. There's the Celebi, 2017, also got a 9. I don't think we're going to get a 10 from that set. This one is probably also a 9, as we mentioned, and it got an 8. I wonder why I got an 8. I see some slight crease on that corner, but I wouldn't have submitted it. I mean, the centering is actually not that good at all for this one. But I do see some whitening on the corners, but it is what it is. I think I submitted a lot of these just for the sake of submission, and this one has to be a 10 because it was flawless when I looked at it. I did submit the Japanese version too, so maybe they both got 10s, hopefully. So I'd love to see it. This one's very recent, 2019. I think the Japanese one came out like maybe 2 years before or 3 years. We'll see here soon enough. This one was like a revamp of the original Charmeleon. This is still 2008, so it's fairly old, but this one is a secret. I don't know if you guys can see, it's like 102 out of 100. So typically if the number from the checklist is like above the total checklist number, then it's a secret rare. And this one got a 9. All right, not too bad for being a old card. I think I mixed the non-gems here. Oops, let me just find the other one so we make it easier on ourselves at the very end. Oh, maybe that was the only one that we added to this pile. Okay, so far the mints are leading, and I think this one got an 8 from what I remember. There we go. Very unfortunate. I think this one was, yeah, there we go. Dinged corners on the bottom. What can you do? And another Japanese one. We got a Yu-Gi-Oh one over there. So this is the Japanese equivalent of the card that we saw earlier. Or wait, yeah, that one's definitely in English. So this one is also probably from that same deck. It does have a little swirl, which, you know, a lot of collectors would value. You know, the little swirl isn't really common in the holo pattern. This one got a 9. So it just adds some sort of value to the cards, you know, an extra element of rarity. And here is a Say Are You. I don't know if this one was like secret rare or like a promo. This one had to be from like a set or like a deck or whatever. But I found this one in a store actually during the pandemic, and I got this one for like 15 bucks or something. So I thought it had a pretty good chance at getting a 9, if not a 10. But it got a 7. And I think because there's some crease somewhere, probably in the back, maybe I'm seeing it now in the corner. But for 15 bucks, I graded this. I want to say I like made more, even though it's a 7. It's definitely not a break even because this is a really old card, you know, 2002. So we'll take what we can get from that. Japanese card incoming. This one is for Alligator. 2000 Pokemon Japanese Neo. Got a Gem Mint 10. All right, love seeing the starters getting 10s. That's what I like to see. And we have quite a few left here. Dark Violet Bloom, first edition. This might be the only first edition that we submitted in this whole submission, and it got a 9, unfortunately. It does look super clean. I might have, I don't know. I was trying to say maybe I mixed it up with like another card, but we'll find out here soon enough. And Sabrina's Alakazam. Oh, I remember this one. I submitted this one to BGS. They gave it like either a 9.5 or 9, and I just wasn't happy with it, so I was like, I have to submit this to PSA. So this one got a 10. So at least now it's perfect. It has a perfect 10 rather than a 9.5. But I think when BGS sent it back to me, you know, I like measured everything. Everything looked super perfect. It looked super clean. Obviously got a 10, but it did not get a pristine 10 for whatever reason. So let's put it over there. And here's the new Japanese back of the card. I don't know if we already saw one of them in the piles, but yeah, this is when they decided to update it. It's not bad, you know, there's just 2 different backs, and this one is a, okay, maybe not exactly the picture that we looked at, but this one is a Pokemon Center 20th anniversary from 2018. Looks pretty cool, and we got a Gem Mint 10. I remember buying this one raw actually from eBay for, I don't know, anywhere from like 20 to 50 bucks. Honestly, I have no idea what it's worth now, and a Gem Mint 10, hopefully more than that, so I can at least break even. But we got 2 left. And there we go. We did submit the Pokemon or Japanese version of this Pikachu. And Dream League got a PSA 10. Let's go. And I don't think this one's going to be a 10. I think this one's actually going to be horrible. But I remember pulling this one with my girlfriend. Again, we found some random packs at Meijer at some point. And yeah, this one is probably the newest one. So 2021 Chilling Rain. So we probably just pulled it and I added it to the pile when I submitted everything like back in June 2021. And this one got an 8 for whatever reason. I think I submitted it because it looked perfect to me, but apparently it is not perfect. So guys, what does that look like to you? Definitely not a 50% gem rate. So yeah, definitely less than 50% gem rate. The sports won it all. And, you know, the big reason is because most of these are vintage. So, well, vintage slash like maybe not ultra modern, but yeah, hopefully this brought back memories to some of you guys, especially those of you who collected Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh growing up, or, you know, with your kids or whatever. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully we get to see some of your submissions on YouTube or, you know, Discord or Instagram. Would love to see a lot of what your guys' collections are. So definitely send me a message or link, and I'll be glad to see it. But yeah, stick around for more content, reviews, group breaks, and giveaways, guys. And thanks for tuning in. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.